Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
All right, Thomas, you got a pretty picture behind you there. Utah Lake?
Yeah, Utah Lake. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, but what you can also see, unfortunately, is a little bit of that inversion haze, where we're seeing it in our northern Utah valleys, mainly checking in with moderate air quality. But once you get above the haze, with a little bit of cloud coverage that's now beginning to filter in, if you have an unobstructed view of the horizon, chances are you're going to see a really pretty picture of the sunset this evening. And if you snap a photo of the sunset, make sure that you share it with us. We'll post it later on ABC4 News, maybe ABC4 News at 10 o'clock. And we do have a list of photos that we're also going to show for our 6 o'clock show. Make sure that you stay tuned for that. Temperatures at this point are mainly in the 30s and 40s after what was a warm day for this time of year. St. George, you're still sitting at 55 degrees. Would have been a picture-perfect day to get out on the golf course down at St. George. Tonight we'll bring overnight lows on the chilly side of things, 20s and 30s, but it will be a little bit warmer compared to what we saw last night, while tomorrow afternoon will likely be near or a little bit warmer than what we had this afternoon. We still have that southwesterly flow in place, but high pressure starting to move out of the way. So most spots tomorrow, we'll actually see a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage. Daytime highs up north, mainly going to be in the 30s and 40s, while down in central and southern Utah, daytime highs will mainly be in the 40s and 50s, about 10 to 15 degrees above our seasonal averages. In Salt Lake, I actually think that we could get close to 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon, which is more than 10 degrees above average. We'll get to 48. We'll get to 48 degrees in Heber as well, while Park City will likely see another day in the mid-40s, when the average high for this time of year in Park City is freezing. In central Utah, daytime highs mainly in the 40s with a good mix of overnight lows tonight, anywhere from 8 degrees in East Carbon to around 35 degrees in Nephi. Then down in southern Utah, daytime highs mainly in the 40s and 50s, with a few exceptions like the high terrain in Torrey, which will likely top out at 39, while St. George will see another day close to 60 degrees. Your New Year's forecast for Salt Lake City, we're still fine-tuning it, but it looks like as we move into 2024, the weather pattern will become a little bit more active. That should help ease down the temperatures a little bit, maybe mix the environment a little bit, giving us a better chance of not seeing as much haze. And on New Year's Day, at least a slight chance of picking up some wet weather. Meanwhile, down in southwestern Utah, there will be a slight chance as well, even though I think overall the better chance of wet weather will be in the southern half of the state, and daytime highs instead of the upper 50s down in St. George will be in the low 50s, and it will be chilly at night, mainly in the middle 30s. Let's walk you through it here on the Futurecast. I'm going to start this at 7 o'clock this evening, and you can see that southwesterly flow in place thanks to this high pressure. That high pressure will start to move out of the way, and then by tomorrow morning, some moisture is going to try to filter in, even though the chance of any wet weather looks like it's going to stay low. That's mainly going to be confined to the high terrain, maybe a few flurries, and maybe over towards the west desert. But as we go from Saturday night into New Year's Eve, we do have a little bit of low pressure that looks like it will be coming in from the west. So I think on New Year's Eve, southwestern Utah will have at least the potential of picking up some wet weather. This has definitely been one of our more optimistic forecast models, but you can see 10 o'clock on Sunday with a chance for a few spotty showers in southern Utah, and then maybe some of that moisture tries to filter into northern Utah by Monday afternoon on New Year's Day. Again, this is an optimistic forecast model, but we'll take some optimism as we go into 2024. Then we'll likely see things calm down going into Tuesday, all for things to potentially ramp up even more as we move into the second half of next week, into the first weekend of 2024. This is the precipitation outlook in the next 6 to 10 days between the 4th and the 8th. And the southwestern United States could be in store for some active weather. We'll keep our fingers crossed there. In St. George, we'll go from the upper 50s tomorrow, and as we begin 2024, daytime highs low to mid 50s, overnight lows continue in the 30s, with that slight chance of wet weather on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day. Then along the Wasatch Front, we get mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with more of that haze, maybe a little bit less haze on Sunday as the weather pattern becomes a little bit more active. Slight chance on New Year's Day, then daytime highs upper 30s and low 40s, with bringing in a chance of rain and snow showers on Thursday.
Hey, that would be nice, right?
That would be nice, but
yeah.
I'm looking towards next weekend. That could probably be our next decent chance of wet weather statewide.
Good. Okay. We'll
Look
be
at his
watching
festive
for that.
little tie.
We're manifesting snow here. Got the snow tie.
It may pay off.
That's what we're hoping
today, right? All right.